All right, so my name is John Halpern, CEO of AthleteTrax. Again, I want to thank you guys, Jim and John Rollins, for inviting me back to present to you. So far over the past year, we've really been able to tap into a lot of the resources of the Office of Entrepreneurship to really grow our business and get things moving. So thank you to you guys for helping us out with that. So to give you an update, what is AthleteTrax? For a lot of you probably don't know what we're doing. Basically, what we do is we provide a cloud-based, fully integrated platform for collegiate athletic departments to streamline many different processes, everything from integrated scheduling to instant communication and a lot of data-informed management pieces, everything from videos to workouts to nutrition, all kinds of different aspects there. And really, we're engaging everybody from the coaches to the student athletes to the athletic administrators into the platform together. So we're really trying to create a one-stop shop for the department and to have everything there and to have it on their mobile devices, to have it on their tablet devices, and really take a lot of the manual processes that are being done and convert them to an automated platform. So some of the key highlights over the last year to summarize, we are in a partnership with GW. We've been working with them in the athletic department since August of 2012. Currently, we're talking with about 8 to 10 other universities and really trying to develop the partnerships there, seeing how we can assist them with their workflow in particular, because at the end of the day, each university is going to have a unique workflow, and so we're working to really tailor it towards them to create that change management within their department. And then from there, on the financing end of things, obviously we were in the GW Business Plan competition last year, which really allowed us to kickstart our development and such. So we were able to win $21,000 from that. And that really helped us to get the initial prototype and product out there. And from there, during late August, we were able to raise $100,000 through a family and friends round as our really initial seed stage round. And that allowed us to move forward and get the product to where it is to date and start our sales and marketing efforts. And now, as we look to expand to additional universities, we are currently raising $200,000. We have $35,000 of that committed already as we continue to enhance our technical and business development. We have a couple strategic opportunities on the business development end, which is part of the fundraise, as well as on the technical development side, really maintaining the system and still increasing some of our product development. On the IP side of things, we did recently, thanks to Peter Weissman, file a patent application with them, which has been great for part of our functionality as well. So just to give you a sense of the team itself, I basically oversee everything from the business development and the technology side and working on the overall strategy of the company. Ray focuses on the business development, dealing with our new customers and managing the relationships with them. And then Brian focuses on our product development, so he oversees our team of 2 developers that we work with overseas and a project manager as well. And so he's really the liaison between the business development and the technology development side of things. And so he also, again, we have these 2 developers that are really been helpful from the standpoint of getting things moving forward and to get us to the fully developed product that we have out there in the market today. And obviously, as a young company with young entrepreneurs, it's really important to have a good group of strategic directors and advisors. And so we felt that we've surrounded ourselves with a good group of individuals to enhance our growth. So just to give you a little bit of feedback from GW, the women's rowing coach is here on the left. They've been one of the teams that's been utilizing the product here at GW, and they've really seen the value in sort of the ability to communicate from a large scale, make last-minute changes from a scheduling perspective, as well as working with groups like academic support, where we've really gone in and implemented the product, and we really feel strongly that the key here is to go into these universities and implement it so it's most effective to their workflow and give them the support that they need. As well as we've been dealing with a lot of the athletes who, some of them are seniors, who have really said, we would have loved to have this for the last 3 years of being here at GW, because it makes my life as a captain or my life as a player that much easier and more effective. And so we're really looking to target those student athletes and not just focus on the administrative side of things. So our vision of the product is really, as we move forward into these universities, is to really take this workflow within these departments that's a lot right now being done by these administrators, and it's a lot of sort of non-value added activities focused on scheduling or focused on manual sending of a text message or other pieces like that, and driving them towards focusing on the value added activities such as recruitment, retention, and the success of the student athletes, both academically and athletically. So that's the overall of where we are now. And if anybody has any questions, I'm happy to answer.
Great. Questions from the audience?
Yeah.
I'm curious how successful you've been getting larger schools, or is the aim of the software to focus on smaller schools and smaller budgets?
Sure. So it's sort of what we've identified is Division I schools have a different problem than Division III schools. But they both can utilize it for different reasons. So for a Division I school, they have a lot more staff. So they have a lot more. They have most Division I schools have big academic support groups, big strength and conditioning groups that can utilize a lot of it. But then the Division III schools, they don't have as many resources, and so they actually can utilize the same features for sort of different reasoning. And so it sort of, the problems are unique for both. But we've definitely realized that it is a fit sort of for all Division I, II, and III markets, but they tailor it differently, again, depending on the number of staff that they have working with them, if that helps. Sure.
John, your competition plan, I mean, are you competing with the other business that doing the same thing you're doing, or you're your only business?
So there's companies that are in the recruiting and compliance space is really where the market has tailored to right now. So recruiting, obviously that aspect's dealing with the high school athlete. The compliance aspect is dealing with form management, making sure that student athletes are complying with NCAA regulations. So there's players in that space. As for the full integration, there really is not much action going on in that. And so the other piece of it too is a lot of these platforms are tailored only for the administration. And so we're really trying to target the student athletes as well, because at the end of the day, the success of the department is based on how successful the athletes are. So that's sort of our differentiator. Yes? Yeah, so that's a really good question. So it's a couple things. One is obviously a lot of these athletic departments are utilizing multiple technologies. So they may have 4 or 5 different pieces, and our goal, again, this is just where we are today. We don't have compliance in yet, but we're going to incorporate other stuff like that in as well. And so the ability to make the switch to sort of one platform, or at least one less platform, that's one piece. The second piece is also from the standpoint of you have a big, large Division I school that may have 8 to 10 academic support individuals in there because they're doing a lot of manual tasks, meeting with a lot of athletes, that type of stuff. So if we can reduce that effort from them, maybe even if it's one person in particular, that's helpful, as well as if we can help a university graduate one more student athlete, that's a significant value to them amongst the NCAA and amongst them as a university. Yeah.
Other than the challenge of raising funds, what would you say has been your major challenge in the last year in business?
That's a great question. So I think the biggest challenge right now through the growth of a business is the fact that we're dealing with the university market. And so obviously there's a lot of different people to get to the decision maker. And so different people that have to see the product to really understand and see the benefits. Like the athletic director may not always be able to say, this is tangibly the benefit, because he as the athletic director may not interact with a lot of the daily tasks that are going on. So typically having to work through a couple of different people within the department before getting there, that can be the challenge. So it is a longer sales cycle, but obviously it's longer right now too as a startup. So hopefully as we sort of progress, we've realized that the community of the athletic department is very sort of internalized. And so if I have a connection here and they can refer me, it makes an enormous difference within the market. So, yeah.
Through your progression with the mobile application development, did you feel like there was a difference between going offshore compared to going and staying within the States? to get that development done?
Yeah, so I think the reasoning we went with that for now, the technology we're utilizing is Ruby on Rails, and so it's one of the newer technologies that a lot of startup technology companies utilize, and the demand for it is a lot, but we don't really have that many Ruby on Rails developers in the States that are readily available. And so it was mainly from a cost standpoint of going overseas, but the quality that we've received has been unbelievable from working with these guys overseas. Now, obviously, you do run the risk with that just based on who you're working with, but we've been very lucky in the standpoint that we found a good group that we're working with that specializes on Ruby on Rails.
John, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Great update. Good.
Thank you.
Good.